Welcome back, everyone. Our second video lecture today is going to be a quick one. It's going to be on the topic of theme. So I know most of you have handed in your theme assignments from earlier before spring break, and you've also done a lot of work on your book review project, which required you to talk about the theme of The Outsiders. Before you hand those in, I will give an opportunity for people to resubmit that theme assignment after this lecture if they'd like to. I just want to talk a little bit more about what theme is and how we're supposed to determine what the theme of a story is. So you'll remember on your assignment, the first thing that you had to do was come up with your favorite story or TV show or movie or something that you really understood well. And I asked you then in one or two words to come up with the topic of that in TV show, movie, or book. When we're talking about topic, I don't mean we're talking about in bigger concepts. So we're talking about things like friendship or family. We're not talking about some of the actions that occurred in that story or in movie. We're thinking more about some of those bigger ideas. So looking at The Outsiders, some of the themes that we talked about in the story was the idea of family and that you can have more than one kind of family. So a topic would be family or loyalty or social class. Something that's a much bigger idea than just what was happening in the story and how it can connect to the rest of the world around us. The next box that I had you fill in was what the author was trying to say about that topic. So if we wanted to talk about the idea of family in The Outsiders, one of the things that kept coming up was the idea that most of the greasers, they came from poor family lives. Ponyboy didn't have a mom or dad. Johnny's parents beat him and hated him. Dally's parents didn't care about him at all. So they didn't have a lot of that close emotional support from their biological families. Instead, the greasers, they became a gang and they became a sort of family on their own. So this idea of chosen family. So what you could say here is that the author was trying to tell us that family is more than just your flesh and blood siblings. It's the chosen family that helps get you through in hard times. And that's something that you could argue is what the author was trying to say here. In order to make a theme statement from that, instead of saying the author thinks that family is in more than just your flesh and blood, it's who you choose to be to have close connections with, you would say something along the lines of, the theme of The Outsiders is that family is more than just your biological flesh and blood, it's also who you choose to have close connections with. And that would be a theme statement there. So again, when we're looking at theme, we're looking first at those big conceptual ideas that the story is trying to talk about. We then break it down into what the author is trying to say about those concepts, and then we move it a little bit further out and we say that this story is telling us this thing that the author is trying to tell us. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. Again, if you'd like to resubmit that theme in assignment, it is on our website at burncreekritchie.weebly.com. I would be happy to take any resubmissions of that assignment.